Welcome to Healthy Vibes with United Tribes, a podcast where we discuss your spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical health. I'm your host, Gayla Sherman, Director of Health and Wellness with United Tribes Technical College. Today's guest is Kelsey Peltier, Health Promotions Coordinator and Head Coach for UTTC's women's basketball team. Welcome, Kelsey.
Thanks, Gayla, for having me.
Can you tell us about yourself and how you got started at United Tribes?
In 2016, I actually was hired on as the head women's basketball coach for UTTC. And from there, I went from 2016 to 2017, and it was a really good atmosphere and environment to be a part of at United Tribes Technical College. And so in 2017, I was actually approached and it came about with the health promotions coordinator. And one of my current colleagues said, maybe you might be interested in this position. So I said, hey, yeah, maybe I'll take a look at it. And so actually, I ended up submitting my application, my resume, and here I am now I filled in as a coordinator. And, that's kind of when I, developed my roots into UTTC permanently in 2017. So it's been quite the journey, but it's been so fun being able to be around college students. I never realized how much I miss college until I worked at a college. And so seeing it from a different perspective as a staff now, it's been a really good journey.
And Kelsey, everybody knows what a basketball team is, but tell us what health promotions is all about and what are some of the programs that are involved with it?
Yes, so health promotions, just the way it sounds, it's promoting health, and not only physical health, mental health, but emotional health as well. And so with all those different aspects, there's a huge spectrum to cover, even with students in general. College students, they have, they go through a lot of changes in their college years. And so we are a department that really brings about events and offers resources and services to those that may be struggling with any of those aspects of health. And so we try to, bring about all of these services to make sure that they're having a great transition from that high school student into a college student.
Well, great. And health promotions is part of our health and wellness department at UTTC, and it's within the Wellness Center. What do you think people maybe don't know about the health and wellness services here at UTTC?
A lot of our services here, most of our services here, are actually free of charge. So every event that we put on for a student, all the resources that we have here, we have fitness classes that are offered, we have fitness facilities that are here, and typically college students, you're going to have to pay a fee in town. Any university or other college, you're going to have to pay that facility fee. At United Tribes Technical College, everything that we offer is completely 100% free.
That is a really good bonus for a college student. And you're involved in many events throughout the year. What are some events that you'd like the individuals that are listening to know about?
Yeah, so there's plenty of things to do when it comes to health promotions, and we want to make sure that students stay active not only throughout the semester, but even as their time away from home. So a few annual events that we host right when they get to school, we have fall, right? And so boom, the powwow. And so we're heavily involved with the powwow events week. And so we actually put on the powwow run. And so every year during the powwow in September, right after Labor Day, we host this really big run, and it's 5K, 10K run. We try to make it a little challenging, and they hit the University of Mary Hill. And so that's an annual event that we like to put on. And we do get quite a few people involved in that event, not only from United Tribes community, but also the Bismarck-Mandan community as well. It's a really good event to attract people to see not only the physical services that we put on for the students, but also there's much more to it. We have all of these learning tools. If you guys need a little bit more help with the emotional aspect, we can actually connect you guys to all the wellness services that are on campus. And so following that, we can go into spring. We do have a few events that are pretty annual. We also have another run in the spring, which is our Thunderbird run. And that is actually a half marathon. And so that has always been a really big attraction for our community. members in town. And so we get to put on this great event. And it's so nice because it happens on our campus and then it heads out into the Bismarck-Mandan trails. So we get to develop those relationships with people that are in town, and they also get to come and see our campus and get to make those connections with students and staff that are, currently at United Tribes Technical College. And then following that, every semester, we try to make sure that we have a welcome bash for students. So in summer, when there's summer sessions going on, in-person learning, we will have a summer back to school bash, just welcoming those summer kids that, may still be far from home for that those 6 week classes, and just say, hey, here's some fun things to do while you're on campus for the short amount of time. Also having a fall one for back to school bash. So those are a few of the annual events that we host on campus.
Wow. And I know you do events with the grade school here that's on campus too.
Yep. We want to make sure that we're reaching all United Tribes Technical College students. And with that, a lot of the students have families. And so those family members are little ones that actually attend the Theodore Jamerson Elementary School. So we want to make sure that everyone we provide services for is being targeted and everyone has a place in our events.
Well, you've been head coach at UTTC for the women's basketball team for several years now. So talk about your passion for coaching and also what do you love about coaching the Thunderbirds, the women Thunderbirds?
Yeah. So, I think my passion for basketball has really stemmed back from, when I was a child. I started playing basketball myself at a very young age, and that kind of grew into being a collegiate athlete myself as well. I played at North Dakota State University and the University of Mary. So just having that very competitive edge and drive, I really kind of wanted to see what the other side looked at like. So I got to taste what a collegiate athlete looked like. I know the hours that have been put in, the sacrifices that you had to make, along with making sure that your academics were really good. But I also wanted to see, the time and the commitment that coaches put in. And now seeing it from the outside looking in, it is it's such a huge adjustment. There's so many more sacrifices that you have to make, and there's so many more hours you have to put in. But, the fruit of the labor is seeing all the kids be successful and seeing all these student athletes go on and compete at higher levels beyond United Tribes Technical College. That has always been the motivation behind, keep on going with coaching. So it's come full circle for me. And I really hope that I have that opportunity to keep expanding and I would like the student athletes to kind of see, what we see. So, never know down the road, maybe one of the student athletes could help coach with me in the next few years.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with us about health promotions before we end today's podcast?
Yeah. So, health promotions is continuously looking for ways to evolve. We constantly are seeking feedback from not only staff and faculty, but I think the most important thing is finding that feedback with the students. Because first and foremost, that's who we offer our services to, is wanting to make sure that we're making an impact on student life and student living. So any feedback that we can get from the students and staff and faculty would be so beneficial for us, because I feel like that's how we can always keep evolving as a department.
Well, thank you, Kelsey, for sharing all of this with us today. Appreciate it very much. And thank you for listening to today's episode of Healthy Vibes with United Tribes. Please like and subscribe for more interviews and content, or connect with us online at uttc.edu. Thank you for joining us today, and remember to prioritize your health and wellness every day.